What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. But in this one, we got some big news on a transfer portal target for Michigan as he is set to take a visit. We go over that, plus some good energy at the Michigan practices this past week as they look to bounce back in the second half of the season. We go over that, plus what some Michigan football players said to the media, including Khalil Mullings, Max Bredesen, Will Johnson, as they aren't taking this Illinois game lightly. Plus, we go over how some Michigan commits performed over the weekend, and we also end the video by talking about some Michigan basketball recruiting news on the 5-star Trey McKenney and more. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So we did get some good news on the Indiana wide receiver transfer Donovan McCulley, who right now is a transfer portal target for Michigan. Obviously, they're in the middle of their 2024 season, but that doesn't mean that there isn't an eye being kept on the future regarding roster building for Michigan. And Donovan McCulley, he did enter the transfer portal about 6 days ago on October 10th, as he does plan to redshirt the rest of the season, enter the transfer portal as a graduate senior. And right away when that news came out, Michigan was one of 6 schools that emerged as early schools to watch, according to Pete Nako's of On3, and that was Ole Miss, Tennessee, Michigan, Cincinnati, Miami, and Colorado. And I did mention last Friday that Michigan was already in contact with Donovan McCulley. It actually kind of came at a good time because Michigan obviously had the bye week last week and the coaching staff was on the recruiting trail. And now Michigan is set to get him on campus for a visit already, which will be next weekend for the night game against Michigan State on October 26th. So that is definitely some big news. Michigan getting the 6'5", 200-pound wide receiver from Indiana on campus for a visit next weekend. Now, he was a former quarterback before, and then he switched to wide receiver for Indiana. Actually had a really good year last year, was their leading receiver, as he had 48 receptions for 644 yards and 6 touchdowns. But this season, he did kind of slide down the depth chart, suffered an injury, and only totaled 2 catches for 21 yards, as he played in 4 of the first 5 games for Indiana before announcing his intention to transfer and redshirt the remaining of the season. So that's some big time news for Michigan. They need experience at the wide receiver position. Donovan McCulley could fulfill that for them, and being a 6'5" receiver, I mean, what more could you ask for out of a receiver for Michigan? They need another big target out there. So that's some big news there. And before we do continue this video, I did want to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, BetUS. I've talked a lot about them before. They are one of the best in the business, guys, and they have all the odds you need this football season, also basketball season coming up, and it's another packed weekend of college football. Got a lot of big games: Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, Texas, obviously Michigan, Illinois, another top 25 crucial matchup for the Wolverines as they look to bounce back after that tough loss to Washington. Right now, Michigan is favored by 3.5 points in this one, and I know they lost to Washington on the road. They're going on the road again against Illinois. It'll be a tough matchup for the Wolverines, but Michigan, they got Jack Tuttle. I think this offense, we're going to see a lot more from them. I think Michigan gets this one, goes on the road, bounces back with a W. And I also think right now the over-under is 43.5. I think that will be over. I do think both teams are capable of scoring 20 or more points in this game, so that's why I'm going to take the over. Let me know what you guys think about that and any other picks you have this weekend. But right now, it's a great time to get started with BetUS. Currently, they are offering a 150% sign-up bonus up to $2,000, and then also a 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000, all with promo code YouTube150. So go ahead, check them out at betus.com. Use promo code YouTube150. I would appreciate it. and obviously please gamble responsibly. But let's go ahead and continue here and talk about what some Michigan football players said to the media. I'll first start with Max Bredesen, and I kind of talked about, the energy at practice for Michigan and also the urgency the team has right now. He said, you have to find the line between urgency and panic. He said that's a big thing that we've established. You can't be panicked, but there's a sense of, gotta roll, gotta get things going. Basically be urgent, but make sure you don't cross that line. He said there's a lot to grow from, and there's been highlights of what we can be, and we're excited to go capitalize off that. We're really finding our identity. He did say the past week has been great practices. The bye week has really helped with that. Today you could especially feel it, just a good energy, a collective knowledge of who we are and what we're going to be. He said, really happy with how people are when the times are hard. Nobody's turning backs. It's all about Michigan winning, and we're really finding that. And then running back Khalil Mullings, he did talk about Jack Tuttle becoming quarterback one. He said, definitely the second half of the Washington game, we were able to move the ball for a little bit. We still need to find ways to continue to be consistent. He said, we're still attacking that, still trying to improve that in order to be the best we can. But he said, in my opinion, I feel like it's winning second down, winning first and second down. If we can get to a third and short, knowing Coach Moore will probably go for it on fourth if we don't get it. Just being able to sustain drives, get that third and short, get the first down, and keep it rolling. But Michigan, they aren't, taking Illinois lately. Khalil Mullings said, I don't know about what it means necessarily over there. In all honesty, for us, it's a huge game. It's a really big game. You go back to 2022, he said, we know how these guys are. There's some dogs over there. There are some really good players, and they'll punch you in the mouth. We know that firsthand, so I don't think anybody is sitting here taking it lightly. Will Johnson, he also spoke with the media, and talking about the secondary, he said, we got to be better. We got to not let them get that. Be disciplined, have good eyes, and make plays when the ball comes to our side. He said it's definitely disappointing, but all we're going to do is try to get better every day from now, try to fix those mistakes. But, I said at the end of the day, got to do your part. It will be key for Michigan to hopefully get a lot of their players back, due to injuries. A lot of the secondary players, depth players were out. Players like Amir Hall, Wesley Walker, safety, also Jaden Mangham. So the bye week, hopefully helped a lot of those players get healthy, and hopefully we don't see a lot of players out against Illinois like we saw against Washington. But I'm definitely excited for this game coming up against Illinois. It's a chance for this team to go out there, bounce back. It's also a big game for Sherrod Moore, I think, to kind of regain some trust with the fan base. Offensively, there really shouldn't be any more excuses. You found a quarterback that is able to throw the ball. We've seen what the offense can look now with Jack Tuttle in there as quarterback. He came back down 14-0, took the lead, obviously made mistakes towards the end, but he only had 3 days of practice before the Washington game. So now with 2 weeks and the bye week, there should be no excuses, and we should see a different look from this offense here. And I think, that should give some fans a little hope in this team moving forward here towards the second half of the season. But at the end of the day, it falls on the coaching staff. We got to see how this team looks, and they got to, prepare them for these upcoming games, and everybody has to do their part, especially defensively. I also did want to talk about how some Michigan commits performed over the weekend. Jasper Parker went off again, 235 yards and 4 touchdowns. He has just been so impressive. Wide receiver Andrew Marsh recorded 6 receptions, 147 yards and a touchdown. Edge Jalen Williams recorded 1 tackle, several quarterback pressures. Linebacker Chase Taylor recorded 10 tackles, including 2 for loss, and also recorded 1 reception for 21 yards. And that is about it for big performances for some Michigan commits. A lot of them were off and didn't have a game. But I did want to end this video by talking about some Michigan basketball recruiting news. The 5-star on 24/7 Sports composite rankings, Trey McKenney, combo guard from the state of Michigan. He obviously has the top 3 of Michigan, USC, and Georgetown. Michigan sits in a very good position to land him. There's also a rivals future cast put in for Michigan to land him, and he is now set to decide November 9th. This could be a huge get for Dusty May and company. Another guy Michigan is picking up steam for is the New Zealand power forward Oscar Goodman, who did just take a visit over the weekend for Michigan and had a great visit. He's expected to make a decision sometime in November. Michigan sits in a good position there. But this Michigan basketball team coming up here for the 2024-2025 season, I tell you what, this team is going to be good. Dusty May came right in, got a bunch of transfer portal pieces, and they're going to be a competitor in the Big Ten this season. Their first exhibition game before the regular season is actually this Sunday on Big Ten Plus. They take on Oakland. They also play Toledo on Big Ten Network October 25th on a Friday, and they begin their regular season against Cleveland State on November 4th. So very excited for this basketball team. Let me know if you guys would like to see me cover this team. I do plan on covering them, but let me know in the comment section what kind of content you would like me to do. You know, videos, maybe live streams during the game. Let me know. But with that, that is going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Again, shout out to BetUS. Go ahead, check them out at betus.com. Use promo code YouTube150. And other than that, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. And other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.